Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coins TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. The 2005 Kansas quarter 1861 is one of the most historically rich and symbolically powerful coins in the entire United States 50-state quarters program, representing the proud heritage, agricultural strength, and frontier spirit of the state of Kansas, which officially became the 34th state of the Union on January 29, 1861. This quarter was released by the United States Mint in 2005 and features a bold and memorable reverse design that instantly distinguishes it from other state quarters. The central image shows a buffalo, American bison, standing tall on the wide Kansas plains, symbolizing the wildlife, strength, and natural beauty of the Great Plains region, while behind the buffalo appears a sunflower, the official state flower of Kansas, representing growth, hope, and resilience. At the top of the coin, the word, Kansas, is proudly displayed, and beneath it the state nickname, the Sunflower State, emphasizes Kansas's agricultural identity, while the date, 1861, honors the year Kansas joined the Union during one of the most important and challenging periods in American history, just before the Civil War. On the obverse side, the coin bears the traditional portrait of George Washington, which was updated for the State Quarters series to reflect a refined and modern engraving style, giving the coin a fresh yet respectful appearance. The Kansas quarter was struck in three primary mint locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, with the Philadelphia and Denver versions being produced in very large numbers for everyday circulation, while the San Francisco Mint created proof versions with mirror-like finishes for collectors. Millions of these quarters were released into circulation, making them common in everyday change, yet their symbolic design continues to attract both beginner and experienced coin collectors. While most circulated Kansas quarters are generally worth their face value of 25 cents, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS-65 and above, can carry higher collectible value, and proof versions or error coins may be worth even more. The coin also holds educational importance, as it introduces younger collectors and students to Kansas history, prairie life, and the westward expansion of the United States. The buffalo on the coin also reflects the deep connection between Kansas and the American frontier, where bison once roamed in massive herds across the plains, shaping both the economy and culture of the region. Because Kansas entered the Union in 1861, the same year the Civil War began, this quarter quietly represents a turning point in American history, symbolizing Kansas's role as a free state and its importance in shaping the nation's future. Over time, the 2005 Kansas quarter has become more than just pocket change. It is now seen as a miniature historical monument, preserving the story of the Sunflower State in durable metal form. Many collectors choose to include it in complete state quarter sets, and it remains a favorite due to its bold imagery, strong symbolism, and meaningful connection to American heritage, making the 2005 Kansas State Quarter 1861 an enduring and respected piece of modern United States coinage. Beyond its historical symbolism, the 2005 Kansas State Quarter is also significant for its technical minting qualities, metal composition, and role within modern U.S. numismatics. The coin is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it both durability and a bright silver-like appearance that resists wear. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 mm, a thickness of 1.75 mm, and a standard weight of 5.67 grams, meeting the exact physical specifications used for all modern U.S. quarters. During 2005, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of Kansas quarters, with Philadelphia and Denver striking circulation coins in extremely high quantities to meet public demand, while the San Francisco Mint struck smaller quantities of proof coins specially prepared for collectors using polished dies and specially treated planchettes. Proof versions feature sharp details, frosted designs, and mirror-like fields that significantly enhance the visibility of the buffalo's fur, the sunflower's petals, and the fine lettering around the rim. Because of the massive mintage numbers, circulated Kansas quarters remain common today, yet collectors carefully search for high-grade uncirculated examples, particularly those preserved in mint state rolls or original government packaging. Coins graded by professional grading services at Mississippi 66, Mississippi 67, or higher can command much stronger prices due to their scarcity in flawless condition, making them desirable to advanced collectors who focus on registry sets. Another fascinating aspect of the Kansas quarter is the presence of minting errors and varieties, including die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, and double dies, which can greatly increase a coin's value depending on severity and visual appeal. Some error Kansas quarters have sold for many times their face value, attracting attention from both casual and professional error coin collectors. The coin's bold design also makes it popular among educational institutions and youth collectors because it visually communicates the natural history of the Great Plains, teaching about the American bison, prairie agriculture, and the symbolism of the sunflower as a sign of endurance and hope. As the years pass, fewer high-quality Kansas quarters remain in circulation, slowly increasing collector demand, and ensuring that the 2005 Kansas quarter continues to grow in numismatic importance as a well-loved representative of the Sunflower State and the legendary American frontier. Culturally and historically, the 2005 Kansas State Quarter reflects the deep and sometimes dramatic story of Kansas as a frontier territory that played a major role in shaping the identity of the United States. Before Kansas became a state in 1861, it was at the center of intense national debate over slavery during the period known as Bleeding Kansas, when violent clashes occurred between pro-slavery and anti-slavery settlers who were struggling to determine whether Kansas would enter the Union as a free or slave state. The successful entry of Kansas as a free state in 1861 represented a powerful political statement and marked Kansas as an important symbol of freedom and constitutional governance at the very beginning of the American Civil War. The buffalo featured on the quarter is more than just an animal. It represents the massive herds that once thundered across the plains, sustaining Native American tribes such as the Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Kansa people, whose name inspired the state's name. These tribes depended on the bison for food, clothing, tools, and shelter, making the animal central to their way of life long before European settlers arrived. As westward expansion increased, railroads, farming, and industrial hunting nearly drove the bison to extinction by the late 1800s, making the buffalo on the Kansas quarter also a reminder of conservation efforts and the importance of protecting wildlife. The sunflower shown behind the buffalo holds special meaning as Kansas's official state flower, symbolizing warmth, positivity, faith, and loyalty, qualities that reflect the perseverance of early settlers who faced harsh weather, drought, and isolation while building farming communities across the plains. Through this combination of powerful imagery, the Kansas quarter tells a complete story of struggle, survival, and renewal, turning a simple 25-cent coin into a meaningful tribute to American heritage and the pioneering spirit that helped shape the nation. From a collector's perspective, the 2005 Kansas quarter holds lasting appeal because it combines historical meaning, bold design, and accessibility, making it a favorite among both beginner and advanced numismatists. Since millions were minted, it became one of the easiest state quarters to find in everyday change, which encouraged many young collectors to begin their coin collecting journey with the Kansas design. Over time, however, high-quality uncirculated examples have become harder to locate due to circulation wear, scratches, contact marks, and oxidation. This gradual reduction in top-condition coins has quietly increased collector interest, especially for examples graded MS-67 and higher, which can command strong premiums compared to face value. Proof Kansas quarters minted in San Francisco are especially admired for their mirror-like fields and sharp frosted details, and some later proofs were produced in silver composition, making them even more desirable to precious metal collectors. These silver-proof coins contain 90% silver and are valued not only for their numismatic appeal but also for their intrinsic metal content, giving them a dual purpose as both collectibles and bullion-related assets. The Kansas quarter is also widely collected in roll form, mint-sealed bags, and complete state quarter sets, and it frequently appears in coin albums, display frames, and educational coin folders sold around the world. Because of its powerful imagery and historical background, many collectors consider the Kansas quarter one of the most visually striking and meaningful designs in the entire state quarters program. As years pass, this coin continues to gain recognition as a symbol of frontier strength, agricultural heritage, and American perseverance, ensuring that the 2005 Kansas quarter 1861 remains an enduring and respected piece of modern United States coinage history. In addition to its collector value and historical symbolism, the 2005 Kansas State Quarter also represents an important chapter in the broader success story of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which became one of the most successful coin programs in world history and introduced millions of people, especially young students and new hobbyists, to the fascinating world of coin collecting. When the Kansas Quarter was released, banks across the country experienced increased public interest, with people requesting new rolls specifically to search for pristine examples to place in albums and display folders. This coin played a meaningful role in encouraging families, schools, and community groups to learn about geography, American history, and state symbols through everyday money. Teachers frequently used the Kansas quarter to explain topics such as prairie farming, wildlife conservation, Native American heritage, and the events leading up to the Civil War, making the coin an educational tool as well as a circulating currency. Because Kansas was admitted to the Union in 1861, the same year the Civil War began, the quarter also quietly symbolizes national unity during a time of deep division, representing Kansas's position as a free state and its contribution to preserving constitutional values. Over time, the Kansas quarter has become increasingly appreciated as a small but meaningful historical artifact, preserving a story of courage, settlement, agriculture, and national growth in a form that can be easily carried, displayed, and passed from generation to generation. Many collectors now view this coin not merely as change, but as a miniature monument that celebrates the Sunflower State's frontier legacy, environmental heritage, and enduring place in American history, ensuring that the 2005 Kansas Quarter 1861 continues to hold educational, cultural, and numismatic significance well into the future. Another important aspect of the 2005 Kansas State Quarter is how its design connects modern America with the powerful story of the Great Plains and the transformation of Kansas from open prairie into one of the nation's leading agricultural states. During the 1800s, Kansas became famous for its vast wheat fields, cattle ranches, and railroad networks that linked eastern markets with western territories, helping to turn the plains into the breadbasket of the United States. The buffalo on the quarter reminds viewers that before farms and railroads, the land was dominated by wide grasslands and migrating bison herds that shaped the environment and supported Native American life. As settlers moved west, Kansas became a symbol of opportunity, hard work, and new beginnings, attracting families who hoped to build farms, towns, and businesses on the fertile prairie soil. The sunflower, rising behind the buffalo on the coin, represents not only Kansas's official state flower but also the optimism and perseverance of those settlers who faced extreme weather, isolation, and economic hardship. Even today, Kansas remains a major producer of wheat, corn, beef, and renewable energy, making the imagery on the quarter a bridge between the past and the present. Because of this strong connection between nature, agriculture, and human settlement, the Kansas quarter continues to be admired as one of the most meaningful and visually balanced designs in the entire State Quarters series, serving as a reminder of how the American plains were transformed into a foundation of national food security and economic stability.